Good evening, everybody. So I'm a little bit earlier this evening. The usual 7 o'clock slot is at 6:30 tonight for a reason, because I've got two amazing ladies as guests this evening, and it fits. I can't believe that what happened this week happened, and it must be the universe aligning, because I'd written my social media content about a month ago. I always write it a month in advance. And this week I'd written about my painting, Let Her Rise. I always get the wrong hand, Let Her Rise. And then things just happened and things came together, and you'll understand as this live unfolds. So good evening, everybody. For those of you that have not watched before, and I can't believe that's many of you, I'm Mandy Nicholson, and I am a creative genius consultant, artist and author. And I help creative female entrepreneurs to launch and grow their creative business and make more money. And I write, I paint, I work with creative women. It's what I do all the time. So it's really, really amazing to have two other amazing creative women here this evening to chat with me about a project that is going to knock your socks off, to be quite honest. And it's a project that I was involved in earlier on in the year called Get Ready to Rise. And some of you will have seen me posting about it and talking about it. And because of my journey, I've stepped away from that. But these two amazing ladies have built something absolutely fantastic. And now there's a book, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I'm dead excited to have them here. And it's all about understanding and stepping into your creative power and getting ready to rise. You ready? And are you excited? I'm going to bring them in. Okay, so we've got Sara Noel and Natasha Holland. Hi, ladies. How are you this evening? Overworked? Trying to get a book pulled together?
I've got a 6-year-old in the background demanding my attention, so I'm ignoring him.
I do that a lot, and it works well for me. I told mine to stay in the next room. I was like, I'm on an interview, so you just have to stay. You've been fed. Now sit.
Sit. Well, they've got the dog, so who knows which one's going to go first, eh? You just never know. Hi, Nikki.
Hello.
Hello. We should have had Nikki on as well. Then it would have been a total overwhelming woman fest, wouldn't it? Have you got any feedback there? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you fine.
There's a little bit, but I don't think it will affect people hearing.
I'm just going to close some applications because sometimes it's that and sometimes it's the microphone. Nope, that made no difference. Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did. All right, good. Can you still hear me? So, get ready to rise. Woman Fest. Nikki. Get ready to rise. I know all about Get Ready to Rise. Yeah, it's perfectly audible. Thank you, Nikki. I know all about Get Ready to Rise because I know you ladies and I was helping at the start. So my audience needs to know everything about this project, about Get Ready to Rise and about this amazing book, which I have printed images of because we have an actual book. So, Sara, tell us about this project because you're the founder and it's your baby.
Well, as you know, Mandy, because you were there right from the start, and as I continue to say, ever so grateful and always a pleasure to continue working with you on this book as well. So we started Get Ready to Rise as a community interest company just before the world went a bit crazy. So I registered getreadytorise.com roughly around 3 years ago now. And it was as I made that commitment to myself that I am sick of hiding. And the tagline for Get Ready to Rise is, it's time to stop hiding, get ready to rise. And I created a page and I had a dream. I still had a dream where I offered it as a package to my one-to-ones, but I had a dream that I wanted to, and I had this vision of just having other women come on the journey with me. There's something really powerful about women coming together, as we know. There really is. And over the past, I would say, decade, it has become even stronger. And we can see the benefits that we all have on one another when we just truly get together and support facing our fear and turning it into a passion, and then helping others along their journey as well. Because I don't know about any of you ladies here, but when I was younger, what Get Ready to Rise is now is what I craved. I really craved that support. I had friends, I had very, very good friends, but they hadn't been on the same journey as me. I was overcoming trauma and what have you, and they were there for me, but they didn't really hear me. They didn't really empathize with me because they didn't understand. And so that was the dream I had. But then I had the epiphany, if you like, last Christmas. And I remember I used to run a Mums in Business Association group, and met all you lovely ladies through there. And will ever be so thankful to Leona Burton and Estelle Keeber, because they're the people that brought us together. And again, that was the beautiful organisation about women supporting women, which goes to show. So remember that phone call, or remember that, sorry, no, it was a Facebook post, wasn't it? Amy did the Facebook post, wanted to get everyone together. And it was that period, of her posting and us connecting and saying we all wanted to meet together, that my brain just went into overdrive. So when it got to that point where we were all meeting for coffee, I was like, right, I need to brain dump this idea. And the idea was to host a physical conference. Can you hear me okay? It's feedbacky, isn't it? Physical conference, working with charities that help women to work with women who are struggling to overcome the adversity of trauma in terms of domestic violence and sexual abuse. And so we were so pumped up, weren't we? And, Leanne MacDonald was a part of that at the time as well, and I was so grateful for her part in the beginning as well. So the four of us at the beginning were so pumped up. Well, five of us. It was Amy as well, wasn't it? But Amy had to drop off. And we started organising. We started putting plans together to organise this physical conference. And then COVID happened. So, obviously we couldn't go ahead with that. So we just put all our energy into the online group. And it's just turned out to be the most beautiful experience. It just has a beautiful soul. And, women are in there sharing their stories, and they feel safe and they feel comfortable enough to share. And then, women that are a little bit further ahead, they're now coaching, mentoring, or healing other women, or sharing their journey and raising other women up that are in the group. And that's what it's all about, isn't it, really? So this book is like a condensed version of what the conference was going to be. So it's not just a book of women sharing stories. It opens up with a future vision setting exercise, so the reader can really establish where they want to be in life. And then we take them through the journey through each of the ladies' stories, but each lady, including Mandy, this always happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Including Mandy, who has an amazing story, as you all know, because you're her audience, and she's a co-author in the group. But at the end of each story is a worksheet. So you're reading the story, you're going through the exercises, and at the end you have an action plan, so that you can really connect your future vision with an action. Like what am I going to do now? Because hopefully you'll be really inspired by the time you've read the book, and you've set your future vision, and you're getting ready to rise. That's it.
That's all it. Potted in 5 minutes. Honestly, I get goosebumps when I listen to you talk about that, and I go through the journey of where we've been and where you've been this year. I get goosebumps when you revisit that vision of yours and how you wanted it. And now I look at the group and it's like, my goodness, that vision that you talked to us about, it's there.
Yeah,
it's there, and the book just cements it, doesn't it? I can't wait to get my hands on this book and feel it and read it and see it. So, Tash, you tell us your bit. Go and talk to us about, because you actually have designed the cover for this book, and it's the most amazing cover. Look at that. I've got 2 pictures printed off. We haven't got the actual book. Normally I'd be sitting here like I do with mine going, here's the book. So here's a picture here's a picture of the book. I can't get the right word. Look at that. How gorgeous is that?
Thank you. I was really inspired with the book. Obviously, the Get Ready to Rise core values are really, really strong, and that shows throughout the group. You know, community is massive to us. Diversity and people overcoming adversity is so important, and I wanted to show that somehow through the book. So we got together, obviously, Sara and I, in one of our business meetings, and I just said, let's just put our hands together and take a picture of our hands together, because it's like rising up together. And obviously we want the peacock colours in there to keep the brand really, really strong, because our brand's a really strong brand and we needed to show that throughout the book. And yeah, we got together and did the picture, and I wasn't very happy with it, actually. I was a right pain, wasn't I, Sara? I was like, I don't like it. I was like, no, I don't want to use that. And actually I've really grown quite fond of it, because I feel like it shows, it's a good window into what Get Ready to Rise is about. I feel like it represents it really well. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I have to say, for me, Get Ready to Rise the last year has been a fantastic community for us as well. You know, we're all on our own journey. You're never going to get to the destination. You're continually, like, you're always growing. You're always developing as a person, as a human being. And I feel like for me, it's been that. It's been exactly that. I feel like I can go into the group at any time and just feel supported, loved, with lots of compassion. And yeah, I think it's really important for women. And over the last few weeks, I've noticed like the soul is just growing even more and even more. We're having ladies come in who have been sitting on the outside watching, and now they're starting to get really involved and sharing their story and helping other women as well as helping themselves. So that to us is massive. And, you know, we often get on the phone after we've done like a Zoom call, say, where we invite people to come in and share, and we help them and we help each other. Zara and I will be crying because we're like, oh my gosh, wow, the energy in that room right there, in the Zoom room or room on Facebook, was so intense, so beautiful, so amazing, of women supporting each other, no ego, no nastiness, just pure love and compassion. And yeah, I feel like if we can help as many women as we can, it'll just be amazing. I feel like we're doing that already, but as well, it's like a chain, isn't it? You help one woman, you're helping 100 people before and 100 people behind, and that's how important it is to help people on their healing journey. So yeah, I absolutely love it, and I love being a part of it, and Zara and I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely do. And do you know what? That's clear. Every time you show up, that's really clear. It's so visible, what the warmth of the community and what an amazing place it is. So I want to tell everybody right now while they're listening, and I don't know whether it's up or to the side, up or to the side, in the comments, there's the link for the Get Ready to Rise group. There's the link for the Get Ready to Rise book page. You can find out about the authors and find out about it. And there's a link to pre-order your book today and buy it tomorrow. Am I right?
Yes. Hopefully. Amazon has not been my friend over the past 3 weeks. So we're fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Can I just share a beautiful synchronicity story?
Yeah.
So the gorgeous Nikki Hall that's commenting now. Hopefully she's still here. I'm going to share a story to your audience about how we met. So was it June when I was speaking at the anti-racism event? I think it was June. I'm not quite sure. So Nikki, I didn't know Nikki before June. She watched one of the videos with the private message saying, you know, like, well done. And like, that must have been really like quite scary, you know? No, hi, Nikki. And then I invited her into the group to interview her because she shared a video of her daughter speaking at an anti-racist, and her daughter's really small. I can't remember the age of Flo, Nikki. And then she came into the group and she just got more involved. But she's so talented. She is so talented. And I'd watched a couple of her spoken word videos and what have you. And basically, what did we do, Natasha? Like, right, you're going to be creative writing editor.
We were having crazy social night, weren't we? And we were just like with George and which is Spirit Bulb, and we were like, right, Nikki, this is what's happening.
Yeah. But she's taken the project and what she's done in terms of helping the women share their story, because it is difficult, isn't it, Sarah? You know, you shared your story, Mandy, but when you first publish something, that moment before it goes public is quite daunting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So some of the ladies are sharing for the first time. So Nikki has been the perfect person to guide them through all those emotions, as well as being an amazing editor. So thank you, Nikki. And again,
fantastic lady. I have to say,
thanking her.
She's amazing. So when Nikki comes in on a Wednesday, and you've helped me a lot, Nikki, with journaling and poems, and Nikki's actually inspired me to start off a new kind of way of life. So I have to say, Nikki, you're very, very loved and a massive part of the community. And we really, really appreciate you. You've helped us so much as well with the journaling, etc. So we appreciate you.
Honestly, God, I've got cheesecake from smiling now, because that's what I do every time I hear you speak. And the fact that Nikki came into your life when she did, it's a story of that's what you're all about, though, isn't it? Empowering women, connecting women, finding women, and giving them a place and a space to feel loved and warm, and to feel like they can contribute and take something away. The group is amazing because there's something for everybody, for every woman in there. There's somebody there that can help. Oh, it's helped me as much. Yeah, I mean, it's reciprocity, isn't it? And being in the group, it's good for you as a member, and then it opens all sorts of other pathways. And that's why I love Get Ready to Rise. And it was such an honor to be included in the book. And I have to say, look, painting behind me in the book, because Get Ready to Rise and Let Her Rise are very, very much aligned and connected.
The colours and everything. It's just like that day I was just like, I have to have that painting, and that's when I messaged you, didn't I? I was like, what do you think about having the painting in the book? And it, like, when you see it there in the photograph, it's like, it's meant to be, really.
It is. Nikki's saying there it's the first time she shared her story publicly, and that's hard, and I know how hard it is, and I know how hard your job is at the moment, self-publishing this book, because I did it last year. And even though you set yourself a date and you think you've got loads of time and you've got it on point, it just actually goes completely and utterly. I published mine with a missing chapter, and I had to go back and redo it.
Oh my goodness, if anybody is watching that, because I did a post on Monday, I was just asking the ladies what the 2021 goals were. Every single woman on the thread will publish a book. So I'm sure your audience are the same, because the creative audience, get ready to publish.
Yeah.
When you're getting ready to rise, get mentally ready to publish, because it is a bit tricky.
It's just
that full moon as well. Like, it just so happened that we're very aligned with the moon, Sara and I. We're very aligned with each other and with the moon, and it just so happened it was a week before, and we're normally like this anyway. So yeah,
it's not good energy for me to navigate through. I don't know whether I'm aligned or. It's always a very heavy energy, very emotional energy for me. So I should have planned that, because I do always plan outside of that week before the full moon. So it was a really heavy week. Also navigating through that energy, but also through the heavy collective 2020 energy, as we all know, is tough.
But what a great way. I mean, I have to say, what an absolutely beautiful and amazing way to end 2020 with such a beautiful book. I so wish I had it to hold. A beautiful book with a beautiful message that's going to help millions of women. That's what I feel in my bones. It's going to help millions of women. And I think it's really important. I mean, as an author in the book, I've told my story again and again, but my story changed this year. It changed big time. And I felt the need to actually add that bit into my story and make sure that people, your journey of ups and downs never finishes in life, does it? It's always going to be like this. And you never know when it's coming, and you never know what it looks like. But if you are surrounded by people who you love, who have your back, who think like you and really genuinely care about you, it makes that journey a whole lot easier. And I don't know what I would have done without you guys to speak to this year, I have to say. I've had
it's just when you look back, it seems like 10 years ago sometimes, like you know, the meeting up when we all met up together and the brainstorming, and then, you know, this journey that you've been through with Gary and just everything. There's so much happened this year. Hasn't there? It's just...
There hasn't. Writing my chapter for the book made me take stock of that. It really was, it was healing for me in that I looked at where this year had taken me and what had happened and why the journey happened. And something really hit me when I wrote that chapter. And at the end, I was able to consolidate that and say, do you know what? Sometimes the time is right for things to happen for whatever reason, whether they're bad or whether they're good. And having a group of women around you is, do you know what? I couldn't actually imagine not having it now. And thank the Lord that we met, all of us.
Don't make me cry. Not live. Don't make me cry. Not live.
But what I want to say to the audience is this is an amazing book. And I want you to talk about the charity that this book is going to support, because that is actually, for me, what underpins the entire message.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it, Natasha? Plan International?
Yeah, so we chose Plan International, and it was actually, when we chose it, we were very much talking about how we felt like teenagers at the time, children, were really suffering in 2020 and as a global crisis, and how the world is changing and we don't feel like they're getting enough support. And then that we found that charity and we're like, oh my goodness, this is definitely got to be the charity. We want to help a girl. We want to, you know, we want to make a difference to some, even if it's just one person. We would love to do it to absolutely hundreds, obviously, because that's in our nature to help. But it's, you know, that's the aim, is to help someone. And yeah, it's a really fantastic charity. I really recommend everyone goes and follows them. I've learned so much by following them. I felt like, not that I was buried in the sand, because I'm very, very alert and what's going around in the world and stuff. But wow, I didn't realize it was as bad as it was until I've started to follow all their social media accounts and checking on their website every other day. And, you know, it's a really important charity. And I really hope that if people could go and have a look at it now, that they could give some money towards these girls as well. And it does align with our future vision as well, that Sara and I haven't publicly talked about yet, and we won't be just yet, but it aligns with something that we have in the pipeline too, about making a difference and creating a positive movement.
Yeah, so it's to sponsor a girl for as long as possible, to move, like I get shivers thinking about it. You know, just even if it's just one girl for the rest of her life.
God.
You know, and just want to mention that tomorrow is the 2nd of December, but it's also the anniversary of the abolition of slavery, which means so much to me, as I know it means to some others. And obviously the book is not related, but that's the reason why we chose the 2nd of December. This year has been terrifying, if I'm being honest with you, with regards to exposing the issues that still are here as it pertains to racism. So that's why we chose the date. But we're also dedicating the book to the beautiful Rehtaeh Parsons, who is the daughter of Leah Parsons, who's the co-author. Rehtaeh's case, there's been no justice. And if you don't mind, I will add a link to her story in the comments, Mandy.
Yeah.
There's a documentary on Amazon Prime called The Rehtaeh Parsons Story. Leah won't mind me sharing because it is very public. But Rehtaeh was sexually assaulted by a gang at the age of 17. And they took a photograph of it. She was vomiting out of a window whilst the action was being taken place. And that photograph was circulated around her school. And no justice. No justice. And it was reframed to make her look bad. So, of course, as a 17-year-old, you can imagine what happened to her mental health. And every time I speak about it, I literally choke up and I get shivers. And Rehtaeh is very much here in spirit. Nikki, who is an energy worker, will share her part as it pertains to that. She's got a very strong energy, and it is an absolute honour to dedicate this book to her. The book ends with her story shared with her through her mum's words, and yeah, we need to keep her memory alive. We need to keep the conversation going about how women need to feel confident enough to speak out about their sexual assault experiences, and feel confident enough that the justice system is going to support them. The justice system is not going to let them down. The justice system is not going to let them down so much that their mental health is affected. And these things are happening on a daily basis. So hopefully we can sponsor a girl for as long as possible with Ritaya's spirit in mind.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. I read the story, and it was harrowing and heartbreaking for a mum, and to lose such a beautiful spirit. What a beautiful girl as well to lose. And if I move to that side, there's a painting behind me that came from conversations with women who were the victims of domestic violence and abuse. Conversations that we've had long time ago. It's something that needs to be in the limelight, on the agenda. And I'm so pleased that the book isn't just telling people stories. There's so much more to this book than that. This is a book that you are going to read people's stories, feel inspired, connect with them, be able to take action on, and really step into your power. You've already had a review, haven't you? You've already had a review of the book. Tell us about the review.
Oh my God, that was amazing. We asked a couple of people to review, and it made me bawl my eyes out, because it basically it was like reading the mission of Get Ready to Rise, the mention of the love and support, the mention of, because these women, including yourself, Mandy, have been to certain places in their life and are now in a position where they're coaching, mentoring, or healing, the therapist, what have you, all of them in that book. They're in a position now where they can offer that support. And that review really just encompassed all of that. It encompassed that, the spirit of Get Ready to Rise. It was beautiful, really beautiful. I'm sure she'll share it on Amazon when she's ready.
You know what? When you shared that in the group, I connected with her on Messenger and said, "Thank you so much for the review." And do you know what she said? "No, thank you."
Oh, bless her.
I know. I was like bawling. Because what a response. You don't need to say anything other than that, do you? It was just amazing, and it made me cry.
Oh, don't.
Women crying on. I'm going to put this on a Facebook ad. Just
it's passionate, isn't it? When you're passionate about something, and that shows. You're not afraid to speak up and talk about things. You're not afraid to show emotion because your passion overrides that, because you know that putting out that passion will help people and encourage people to invest in the book for their self or someone that they know who needs it. And I think it's a fantastic book for every woman will be able to relate to something in that book.
Yeah, I think that's the key there. This isn't just for you. If you know somebody that struggled, then this could be the very best gift you buy anybody this year. If you can hand this to somebody and give them something that they can actually take action on, and read stories that make them feel like they're not alone. I think that could be the biggest gift that anybody gives this year. So I'm talking about it everywhere. I was on a radio show on Friday night for an hour and talked about it then. In fact, you guys should get on the same radio show and talk about it and get an hour to talk about it on there. So it's going everywhere. I'm just going to jump into a Christmas market in 5 minutes. I'll be talking about it there. I'm talking about it everywhere because I want women to buy this book. Why wouldn't you want women to buy this book? It's going to help them. It's going to help to sponsor a girl. Yeah, they can pass it on, buy the paperback, pass it on and give it to somebody else. What an amazing thing to be able to do. It's like the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
It really is. So I'm going to say thank you so much for coming on here tonight. It was so important in a week where I was talking about that painting anyway. And it's so weird that the launch date fell on this week where I'd written that social media post a month ago and about this painting, and it just happened to be the same week that the book was launching. So very aligned with the universe, very aligned.
There's so many alignments this year. Amongst all the chaos, there's some beautiful things happening as well.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Thank you, beautiful ladies, for making this happen. And I know how much of a job that's been over the last few weeks for all of you, including Nikki. Thank you, Nikki, if you're still with us. And I can't wait to order it and read it and be really proud of showing up places and being able to go like this. Look at this book. And this book, I'll have two that I can hold up. That's going to be a really proud moment for me. So thank you. Any last words before we leave?
Thank you very much for watching.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. Just, if anybody is in a situation right now, don't give up hope. Hope is the key, as we discussed. Hope is the key. Keep on going. You can get through it. You can.
And you now know where we are. If you didn't before, you now know where to go. Get ready to rise. Yeah. I will see you all next week, same time, 7 o'clock, not 6:30. Thank you, ladies. Bye.